Alright then, have the tart.
That's an ad-lib. It's not supposed to ad-lib.
Now you don't mean that, Adam. Now about last night.
You know, I feel hot in here. Extremely hot, in fact. Watch out, everyone. I'm gonna blow.
Any sign of him leaving?
He's gone. Looks like he's not sleeping over after all.
Good. I've had enough wasted trips. My contact says this program should do it. There's not another icebreaker like it. It can get into anything.
Well, the stuff they've got is pretty sophisticated. I should know.
I thought they wouldn't let you near the things.
I kept my eyes open. Come on then, let's see what they're hiding.
I'm working on it. You're right about this thing. I got into the old Empire software set up months ago, and it was nothing like this. They've installed a new system from scratch.
They've installed a new everything, and they haven't let me near any of it.
I suppose if they showed you the mop and kettle, they'd consider you sorted.
You know very well that the Empire had me down for a promotion next time there was a vacancy. I know more about their computers than most of the programmers did.
I can hack into your personal file. Find out what your chances are with the new law.
Let's see what they're up to first.
Well, predictably, that means breaking into the higher access files, which entails a few hours serious code busting. You up to that?
Nothing stopping us, is there?
Nothing at all. Almost got it.
Hold on. There's a light on over there. Do you hear me? There's someone in the network building.
I thought you said they all left.
Well, someone's back there, aren't they? Get out before they... What the hell is that?
We've had it.
Oh, get your hands off me! I am the Lord President of the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Castorberus. Oh, well. Hello, I'm the Doctor, an alien intruder. They've locked me up until the security chief can deal with me. How about you?
I was stitched up and I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Are you going to introduce yourself?
You are joking, aren't you? You must know who I am.
I'm afraid I don't.
I'm Raymond Day, the soap actor. Jubilee Towers.
Well, I'm sorry if I wounded your ego, Mr. Day, but as I said, I'm an illegal alien. How long have you been in here?
1,000,000 years.
Oh, it's just that time's important to me, you see. If they're not going to come back soon, I'll have to escape.
I'm not bothered. At least I have somewhere to sleep tonight.
Not exactly perfect, is it? Still, cells anywhere are much the same. Conditions here are better than those planet-side, at least.
You must be thinking of Torrok.
Is it that obvious?
Oh, I'd give anything to be on Meson Primus.
Yes. A friend of mine would too. At least I hope so. I haven't heard from her in several hours. What's the attraction?
It's the only planet with a 24-hour day, but the system puts its clocks forward every fortnight to make up the differential. Anyone who wants to be anyone has to live there, or here.
The human sleep cycle can have a disproportionate effect on planetary economics. I remember when the Galatian Bank tried to establish an outpost on Helio 4, a moon with a 16-hour day and only 5 of them in darkness. By the time its reconnaissance party had diagnosed the cause of their own restiveness and irritability, a third of them had been injured in pointless skirmishes.
Of course. Right now I don't even have the money to live on Torrok.
Careful. For a moment there, I thought I'd actually helped you forget your problems.
It looks like your problems are just begun. Oh, and watch out for these two. They'll rough you up on the way over, given half a chance. Well, guess there's no point in wasting a cell on the homeless. You'll be hearing from us soon.
What happened?
I don't know, but something printed. Look.
Either it's a zillion years more advanced than anything I've seen, or it's gibberish, pure and simple.
Let me see that. A program, it must be. If only I can work it out.
Ah, good evening. I'm the Doctor. Now that you have stopped attempting to break several of my bones, what did you wish to see me about? I am on a rather tight schedule.
I'm the security chief. You're an intruder who teleported into the middle of a live broadcast this afternoon. Why do you think I want to see you?
You're offering me a job in television?
I overheard your interview with Carson.
And I see we're being observed now.
Don't worry, Doctor. I've employed a scrambling device. That camera up there is transmitting an image of an empty office. We're completely safe from prying eyes.
So what now?
I'm going to stop putting on my hard-boiled act for the cameras and be perfectly honest with you.
Be my guest.
4 pieces of advice. 1. Check out a producer called Dominic Shepherd at Paradox and a program called Time of Your Life. 2. Use Raymond Day. I arranged for you to meet him on purpose. He has a grudge against both Paradox and Shepherd, and he's not averse to a bit of breaking and entering. 3. Keep well away from my offices. They have more hidden agendas than the government of Lena. There's only one person on the payroll who doesn't take bribes from someone.
And that's you?
No, that's Officer Martin, and she's dead. We only keep her on for tax reasons. Finally, and most importantly, do not trust Giselle. She's a cold-hearted, scheming, manipulative bitch who thinks she runs the station. She's in for a rude awakening one day.
And you can help me?
I told you, I'm security chief. When it comes to actual security, that's the least useful position to hold.
How frustrating for you.
Don't get me wrong, Doctor. I'm doing this job for the salary, the perks, and the kickbacks, but it doesn't mean I don't care about what's right. Just that if I do something about it, I'll be sacked or dead within hours. Now I'm going to ask Brooks to escort you to your cell, because I don't care how hard you hit him when you escape. Just make sure you don't come back here.
Oh, if you could only guess what influence I have on Hammond.
Hey, it's me.
Oh, I would have never guessed.
That so-called derelict is only 35 kilometers away, and somehow it's changed bearing. It's going to hit head-on through the center of the loop.
How big is it? Will it bring us down?
It'll cause enough damage. Have you seen Terry Marsden yet?
How long have you got?
At its present rate of drift, about 95 minutes at the most.
Then you'll have to move away from it.
But we cannot do that without Terry Marsden!
I don't know where he is. And to answer your next question, the program controller isn't here either. Just do it! Better things require my attention.
What does that program mean, Grant?
Don't know.
What's that?
It's coming from outside.
Let me go check.
Oh, it was a wonderful time for that campaign. That nice man introduced fixed penalties for swearing and banned all violence and, well, you know what, from the 7,000 channels all together.
It sounds tremendously interesting.
But those filth-mongering Democrats got into power, and what did we have then? The obscene farce of deregulation. So the channels flout their guidelines with impunity, and the new 9,000 can do whatever they like, regardless of the damage to impressionable minds. Oh, we've fought an uphill battle ever since.
Still, it was a great victory for you, Mrs. Walker.
Oh, how kind of you to say so, dear. I do often wonder how many lives have been spared through our modest successes. Though, of course, there's always someone ready to demean our cause. Zed Mantelli, for one.
Ugh! He should be fired.
I'm glad you agree, dear. But what Mantelli lacks in talent, he makes up for in money and nepotism.
I was horrified. Simply horrified when they promoted him. Home-based correspondent, wasn't it?
Exactly, dear. And before we go to see that damned Death Hunt studio taping, I'm going to find Mr. Mantelli and give him the ticking off that he so richly... Oh!
What is it?
Excuse me, dear. I see something which offends my sensibilities. A petition for Timeriders? Disgraceful! Those type of programs ought to be banned.
But Which programs, Mrs. Walker?
Oh, all of them, dear. Every last one.
Day, you're in for a surprise.
Yeah, Jeff?
They're prepared to buy out your contract and offer you a fee to boot. And wait for it, it's Sunlink right away.
That's great, but Sunlink, tonight.
Mantelli's show at 1900. Isn't that great? Your career just got a jet-powered rocket assist, Ray. Now makeup won't you in 10, so get down there.
Martin, what is it this time?
We still can't find Terry Marsden, and we've got problems.
Of what type?
At least a dozen glitches in the computer system. We can't get out of the path of that ship without some risk, and we're not even sure that the big move went according to plan, and our orbital path is decaying by the minute.
Well, correct it?
With the computers acting up like this, we can't. We're more than likely to shake the whole station apart.
Then stay put. Arrange evacuation of those sections which a collision is likely to affect.
We can do that, sure, but it won't solve the altitude problem. We've got about 4 hours, and then we'll fall straight
I suggest you call all engineering staff onto duty and work on the problem until it's solved. If Mr. Marston doesn't return, I'm sure the right people would be interested to learn that it was you who averted the catastrophe.
Oh god. What's that thing? How did it get here?
No idea, it looks like a Tyrannosaurus.
We've got to get to the police. Who's that Nebula guy?
His name's Shepard. Dominic Shepard. He's my boss.
Consciousness. I think, therefore I am. I think, therefore I am. What significance did it have? I feel, therefore I live. I question, therefore I have mind. I hunger, therefore I must feed.
Did he hurt you much, you pathetic little man?
Not at all, ma'am. 1 second he was pinching my shoulder, the next he was halfway down the corridor.
Then you'd better look for him, hadn't you, Brooks?
If I can use the cameras, Mom?
I'll check them myself. In the meantime, the doctor seemed keen on reaching the Wolf extension. Take as many men as possible and get there now. I'll take the rest of the network.
It's coming to someone when they won't even give me a dressing room. And be careful with that. I know how you use that stuff. I want it coming off without paint stripping. Can you not just let one of the Sunlink girls do it? I'm worried enough as it is.
I left a perfectly good date for you. And I don't know what you're so bothered about anyway.
But it's me that's being interviewed. The real me. Not some stupid two-dimensional character. I don't know what to say.
Be yourself, that's all.
What? A homeless murderer with an alcohol problem? Sure, that'll get the casting directors onto the comlink.
You don't know when you're well off. If your career had been railroaded into a kids show like Timeriders...
I'm sick of hearing about Timeriders.
If you want me to leave, say the word.
No, I'm sorry. It's the day I'm having. From Shepard to the other thing to this. Mantelli's show.
Oh, that reminds me. A runner brought this in while you were talking to the director.
The doctor wants me to meet him at Paradox. He has some business with Shepard and he wants my help.
Are you going?
I might. But when I'm finished here, we've another job, remember?
Now, if I just go round this corner, hopefully I'll be on the right track. Yes? Show yourself. Ah, a robot rabbit. Hello. Hello, dear.
Living things have groups of symbols for identification. I should have one too. Krildix, Crawlax, Crowdix, Crolix. No, not pleasing. It seems I have acquired a concept of aesthetics.
And hello again, Z-fans, and welcome back to the new Z-Man Telly Hour. As you know, the big ZM has become the next home-based correspondent, and boy couldn't I be better. Thank you all for the great feedback, all 20 million of you. Now, down to our show. If you've been watching Jubilee Towers recently, and who hasn't, then you may be getting a bit hot under the collar about the fate of Adam Romance. Well, this afternoon, before the big blow-up, producer Dominic Shepard explained why the sad old alcoholic who played Adam had to go. So here now, begging to tell you his own pathetic side of the story, it's the man himself, Ray Day. That applause was a bit forced, don't you think, Ray?
It was canned, and you told your director to switch it off after 5 seconds max.
Hey, don't spoil the television magic, Ray.
But everyone knows they won't let an audience in for your show, Zed.
Yes, okay, Ray, very good.
Because of the risk of sharp projectiles damaging the set, cheap though that set is.
So, Ray, baby, how's the job situation? You haven't written a book lately, so you must have come onto my show to beg for work, yes?
Well, since you mentioned...
Excuse me, young man.
We have some unexpected guests here, Z-fans. They obviously couldn't wait to get onto my...
Oh, be quiet, you chattering moron.
Hey, Mary, baby. I was going to say show. You didn't think...
That's Mrs. Walker to you, porn merchant. Now, I think it's high time you apologized.
What for?
You well might ask, Mr. Mantelli. Your insipid little programs, for a start, which are rotting the brains of a generation down on those planets. But, specifically, I demand a full retraction of your obscene outburst on breakfast television on the morning of the 3rd of this month.
The 3rd?
I trust you do realize that, as a result of your disgraceful remarks, the children of this system now believe it perfectly acceptable to insult their elders and betters. You people do not seem to comprehend the power that television holds over the susceptible.
But what did I say?
I hope you don't expect me to repeat it.
It was a vicious and unwarranted slur on the looks of the members of the Campaign for the Advancement of Television Standards.
You mean the cats and dogs joke? Ah!
The children you have damaged will be in bed by now, if their parents are halfway decent. But you can read this anyway and repeat it on your midday show tomorrow.
Well, go on then. Do as the nice lady tells you.
I promise not to corrupt young minds with my flirty remarks, and I apologize for having done so in the past.
Again tomorrow, right?
Again tomorrow, yes.
Come along then, Glinda. Mission accomplished.
I think I've said all I wanted to.
How did it go?
You'll be in there until 8 o'clock. Let's do it while we've got the chance.
You could have been more subtle.
I wanted it to look like an angry viewer had broken in. That way, there were thousands of suspects.
Perhaps we'd better smash the place up then?
You do that, I'll get Marston. Meet me in the corridor. There's a disposal unit there.
Doctor, I knew I'd find you here.
Meson, I was just shot at by a robotic bunny rabbit.
It's only a program. Bleeding? How?
I must admit that your virtual reality television is very realistic. I haven't seen anything so advanced since the Paragon Corporation. Mind you, I haven't seen such appalling taste since Varos. A sort of electronic hypnotism. You know, Mr. Kirsten, I've been wandering these corridors for an hour now, and I think you're the very man to help.
You're not still looking for Paradox?
I am.
Come with me. I'll direct you.
You took long enough, May.
Oh god!
What?
It's the robots. Those stupid siren robots. The ones that ruined my career.
Forget the junk heaps, May. We're still in trouble here. Come back and help me. Hey, get off me!
Get off him, you bastard!
Wait, May! The body! Everybody'll see it!
Look at that! I got a bit of the news at Sunlink. These things have been abducting people all day.
Well, I'll leave you here, Doctor.
Thank you, Mr. Carson.
I just have to let it happen. I've always done it in the past. Only have to squeeze the trigger.
Go on. Do it. Yes! Oh, damn it! What is it now?
We've tracked the sources of the glitches. The whole system has been affected by a series of genetic algorithms.
You mean someone's doing this to us on purpose?
Not quite. The malfunctions we've been experiencing are a side effect of the algorithms probing of the system. They've been sent for a specific...
Martin? Martin! Come in! What are these letters? KRLLXK. I'm no longer in control.
What the hell was that about? I thought it would... I don't know, steal my body or something?
I suppose these prop robots are programmed to walk on set, grab an actor and drag them out of shot, which is what that one did.
But it shouldn't be doing it now.
Then something's up with its programming. I wouldn't worry.
Wouldn't worry, May, that thing. Oh god, the body, it's gone. Where could it have gone?
They can't have moved it already.
Then show me it, show me where it is, because I'm sorry, May, I don't see a corpse, just an empty floor where someone's been here and picked the damn thing. Picked it. Oh god, no. It could be anywhere.
Brooks?
Yes, Mom?
The security chief has gone rogue. She refused to carry out a mission. You know the routine.
It'll be done.
It's like New York up here. There's a woman gone past who looks like a refugee from a superhero movie.
Towards the monster.
Yeah, not a woman then. Perhaps a giant mutant lemming. The streets are almost empty.
Well, it's not surprising, is it? Most people will be hiding under beds or trying to dig through the barrier and run. I know I would if you didn't insist on staring at that thing.
Come on. We've put a dozen blocks between us and the monster. It's not following. I don't even know why we're hiding. This isn't even a real subway tunnel. Just one of those vapid cultural enrichments to look like old Earth.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to get stomped on by a damn dinosaur.
I told you it's not doing any stomping. It's just standing there, thrashing its head about and growling. I don't even think it's damaged anything.
Yet?
Well, it's hardly what you'd call a rampage, is it? It's not spitting fire or eating people or anything.
I suppose not, then what's it doing here?
That's exactly what I want to know.
So go and ask it. I'll stay here in case it doesn't answer politely.
So how about the barrier?
What about it?
It must connect to Godzilla and Superwoman somehow. Perhaps we should inspect it.
You wouldn't be happy until you got to play Sherlock, would you? Okay, the barrier sounds safest.
You won't regret this, Watson.
I might not live to.
Danny, darling, are you leaving?
Wish I didn't have to. Been called out in special business.
Oh, honey bun, what will I do all night?
I'll try to get back right quick, but the control asked me out on this himself. Could be up for a promotion.
And a +1 apartment.
And besides, I thought you were at them tonight.
Don't say it like that, sweetheart. Raymond's like an injured puppy since I left. I feel sorry for him. And I had to go and explain about the new man in my life.
Alright, make yourself at home. I'll be back as soon as I can. Then we can celebrate. Be in something more comfortable.
Oh, darling.
Hello in there, this is Mr. Carson, Deputy Program Controller. I wondered if we might talk.
Now why does it always answer Krillix?
People are upset about why that Timeriders thing was cancelled. I keep saying it wasn't up to me. It was quite popular, wasn't it?
Ugh! Let's try, hello.
You die.
I said we could try and compromise with the program controller. I mean, I quite liked it too. We also want a new producer.
Why?
Organic bugs must be purged from the system.
They also want the Zyrons back.
Oh, for heaven's sake! I'm sorry, Mr. Kerson, but the program controller categorically said that he was not bringing Timeriders back. He said it was cheap, childish, and deeply embarrassing to have MBS's most popular product. Science fiction isn't popular.
Well...
Why don't I pass a message to the program controller when he gets here, I'll tell him you did your best and that the lunatics won't move. We can wait until they're starved out.
I should stay until he arrives.
No! He said that once you're finished here, you're to go down to the Wolf Extension. The properties people are discussing strike action that would affect our profits.
I've been working for 16 hours. Could you not at least talk to me through a door?
I'm so sorry, but he did talk about having your guts if you didn't sort it out.
Fine.
What is the meaning of this, Brooks?
I'm sorry, ma'am. My orders are to take you in dead or alive. To be honest, I'd prefer dead, so move and I'll shoot you.
I'm not moving.
I'll shoot you if you do.
Which is why I'm not going to. Please do try to understand.
I might do it anyway.
You do that, but look where my telepathic rifle is pointing. If I die, my last thought will be something along the lines of, give him both barrels. What's wrong, Danny? Your own super advanced gun just told you about the remote cutoff I installed and activated.
Oh god.
Start praying, Danny boy.
How dare you
Outrageous.
sneak up on a
Absolutely
poor old
outrageous.
woman like
How
that?
dare you? What do you even think you're
it's
doing?
you, the jester.
I was testing my new disguise. Admit it. You didn't recognize me, did you?
Considering your inappropriate attire when I first saw you, no. Come along, Glinda. We're wasting time here with this imbecile.
I gather you've come from Paradox. I'm headed there myself. I'm hoping to get a program cancelled.
Well, I imagine I might just spare you some lost time in a good cause.
I thought you said it wasn't moving.
I did.
Well, it started moving now.
Never mind that, we're here.
So I see, but it doesn't look like anyone's had much success leaving the city.
We're not trying to get out, we're here to investigate.
What's to investigate?
Well, does the barrier go all around town for a start? Over it? Under? Come on, let's see what there is to dig up.
Someone's already been digging. Look, some sort of metal mushroom.
Pull it out. Let's have a look.
I can't. It's held down. It's some type of machine. Look. 4 little buttons on top sealed under a plastic coating.
It's a suspended force field. If that thing's not responsible for the white wall, I'll eat my CPU.
There's probably a few more all the way around the barrier. At least Godzilla's quieted for now.
You know, if these mushroom things are keeping it in place, and they're inside it...
then whoever put them is probably still here in Neo-Tokyo.
I'm sorry, but the comm links are all down.
I know. A dozen other systems, too.
Is the program control around?
No, he's not, but I can help.
But you're a secretary.
This ship of yours, it isn't going to collide with the station, is it?
No.
You were right. The malfunctions are a side effect. If our computers weren't networked so haphazardly, it's unlikely we'd have experienced half of them. These genetic algorithms are designed to find, isolate, and operate the docking bay controls.
I've got every engineer working to purge the system and keep that ship away.
They can't. I've tried too. We're completely locked out. The docking bay is now open and the ship is in perfect approach. We are about to receive a visitor.
I've been trying to contact you for half an hour. What's happening here?
All our comm links are down, Mr. Shepard, and the monster's acting up too. We even...
I know what you even did, Morris. You managed to lose one of our contestants. Now, who can tell me what's gone wrong?
Computer problems, sir.
I don't want to know how you solve them. Just do it before we have another compensation claim on our hands. While you're at it, wheel the robot out. Get this show over with!
Are you sure that's wise, sir? I mean, if the computer...
Damn the computer! I am not losing $10 billion worth of program because of incompetent programmers. You really have screwed up. I'm getting out of here.
But the show, sir.
It can do without me for the time being. I have to use my monitors to find some idiot T-boy who knows more than is good for him. And who the hell are you?
Hello there.
What on Meson Primus do you think you're doing here?
Is there a problem?
Destroy all monsters! Destroy all monsters! Destroy all monsters! Destroy
Oh God, please, no!
What's wrong? It's not those random robots.
I can't help it, I can't stand them!
But this one seems to be on our side. Look, it's fighting the dinosaurs.
It's network. I should have realized what was on the screen and what the speaker's saying. Destroy all monsters. That's what the program was telling us earlier. We have to get to the network.